I proposed to her and she turned me down only to later flaunt a picture of the ring on social media. I know my value and this wasn't it. Her post blew up online. I left a comment. "You're not either. That ring's a fake." Then I shared the receipt for the $6 cubic zirconia. The online community flipped on her so quickly that she ended up deleting her entire account. Let me begin by saying I'm a simple man. I enjoy my career, love fishing on weekends, and believe a person's integrity is their most precious asset. For 2 years, I was in a relationship with a woman named Sarah, who I thought shared my principles. Now I realize Sarah only cared about trading affection for lavish possessions. Clearly, I wasn't meeting her price tag. We had a decent life, or so I believed. We shared a comfortable apartment. My name was on the lease, I covered the expenses, and we discussed our future. The issue was, our visions of the future couldn't have been more different. My dream was a true partnership, building a life together, perhaps a home with a garden someday. Her dream revolved around curated social media posts, a wardrobe stuffed with high-end handbags, and a man who doubled as her photographer and bank account. Her fixation on appearances had been intensifying over the last 6 months, like a persistent illness. Everything was about optics. She'd ramble endlessly about her friends' engagements, but never about their relationships, just the rings. "Have you seen the stone Josh got for Emily? It's got to be at least 3 carats, she'd say, glued to her phone. It was never, "They seem so in love." It was always about the carat size. I knew her question was coming. Her hints were as subtle as a sledgehammer. She'd leave jewelry websites open on my computer. She'd tag me in posts from luxury jewelers. I loved her and genuinely wanted to marry her, but this obsession with the ring raised serious concerns. It felt like she was more thrilled about the jewelry than the commitment. So I devised a small experiment, a test of character. I wanted to know definitively whether she loved me or was enamored with what I could provide. The plan was straightforward. I purchased 2 rings. The first was the authentic one. I spent weeks researching, visiting a trusted, family-run jeweler, and selected a stunning, timeless 2-carat diamond ring. It was elegant, classic, and a significant investment. It was the ring I wanted to give to the woman I'd spend my life with. I kept it tucked away in my safe. The second ring was the test. I ordered a $6 cubic zirconia ring online. It was ostentatious, flashy, and looked impressive from afar. But up close, it had the quality of a trinket from a vending machine. This was the ring I'd propose with. My reasoning was simple. If she loved me, the ring wouldn't matter. She'd be thrilled about our commitment, and we'd laugh about it later when I revealed the real one. If she was with me for status, I'd have my answer. The proposal happened last Saturday. I took her to a scenic botanical garden at dusk, a place we'd visited on one of our first dates. I got down on one knee. I gave a heartfelt speech about our life together and our future. Her eyes sparkled. Her phone was out, discreetly capturing the moment for her social media. Then I opened the box. Her face, as she saw the $6 ring, froze. Her joyful smile didn't just fade, it soured. A look of utter disdain crossed her face. She glanced from the ring to me and back again, as if I'd handed her a piece of trash. "What?" she said, her voice cold and flat. "Is that?" "It's an engagement ring," I said, still kneeling, playing my role. "Sarah, will you marry me?" She let out a harsh, bitter laugh. "With that, are you serious?" she said, loud enough for a nearby couple to turn and stare. "No, absolutely not." She stood, glaring down at me with such contempt it was as if she didn't know me. "I can't believe you'd humiliate me like this," she snapped. I rose slowly, my heart not shattered but oddly serene. The test results were clear. "Humiliate you?" I asked quietly. "Yes, humiliate me," she shot back. "My friends get diamonds. My friends get high-end brands. You give me this garbage. What am I supposed to do with this? Share it online? Everyone would mock me." I just stared at her. "So you're saying no because of the ring?" "I'm saying no because I know my value," she said, chin high. "And this isn't it." She spun around and stormed off, leaving me alone in the garden. I looked at the cheap, shiny ring in the box. $6, the best $6 I'd ever spent. It had just spared me a lifetime of regret and a costly divorce. I closed the box, pocketed it, and walked away. The relationship was done, but I knew the story was just beginning. Update 1***. That night I packed a bag and left. I knew the apartment would turn into a battlefield, and I wanted no part in the initial clash. I crashed at a friend's place. As expected, my phone lit up with texts from Sarah, angry rants and demands to come back and fix this. I ignored them all. There was nothing to fix. The next morning, the real drama began. Sarah, as predicted, took her story online. But she did something unexpected. During her dramatic exit from the garden, she must have grabbed the ring box from my jacket when I wasn't looking. Or maybe I dropped it in the chaos. Either way, she had the ring. She posted a photo on Instagram. It was a perfectly staged, high-quality shot of her hand, nails immaculate, holding the $6 cubic zirconia ring between her fingers. The ring was angled to catch the light, maximizing its cheap sparkle. The caption, though, was the real masterpiece. She wrote, "Some things aren't meant to be. Last night I was asked a question, but I had to follow my heart and value myself. I know my worth, and this isn't it. To all my fierce women out there, never accept less than you deserve. Know your value. Self-respect, you deserve more. Thank you. Next. Bye." It was a flawless blend of victimhood and empowerment. The internet devoured it. The post exploded. Within hours, it had thousands of likes, shared by lifestyle influencers and aspiring bloggers. The comments were a flood of support for her and venom toward me. I was anonymous, but I was called every name imaginable: stingy, pathetic, failure, broke guy. Women praised her strength, her self-worth. Men commented, "You dodged a bullet, queen." She was a hero, a symbol for luxury jewelry everywhere. She reveled in it. She responded to comments, thanking supporters and embellishing her story. She claimed I'd been pressuring her for months, and this insulting ring was the final straw. She was crafting a narrative of herself as the courageous woman who stood up to an unworthy man. I watched it unfold from my friend's place, a strange calm settling over me. Every like, share, and comment was just more rope. She was building her own downfall, proud of her creation. My friends called, outraged on my behalf. "Are you seeing this? You need to respond," they urged. "Patience," I said. "Let her have her spotlight. The higher she rises, the harder she'll fall." For 2 days, I let her bask in her viral glory. She became the icon for materialistic women everywhere. Her post even got picked up by small gossip blogs. She was on cloud 9. On the 3rd day, when her post hit peak fame, I made my move. I didn't write a dramatic post. I chose precision. I went to her viral Instagram post, scrolled through thousands of comments, and added my own. 6 words from my real account for all to see. "Neither are you, the ring's fake." Then I turned off my phone. The first domino had fallen. Update 2 ***. Turning my phone back on hours later was like stepping into a storm. The chaos was immediate and glorious. My comment had been a spark in the middle of Sarah's celebration. My Instagram was flooded with notifications, friend requests, DMs, and hundreds of replies to my comment. The internet, once united behind Sarah, was now divided. Half called me a bitter ex trying to save face. "Sour grapes, man, she rejected you, move on. Prove it's fake or you're just desperate." But the other half were curious. My comment had sown doubt. People started examining her ring photo closely. "The setting does look kind of tacky. The stone's facets don't look like a diamond's." "Wait, he used his real account? He wouldn't do that if he was lying, right?" Sarah's response was frantic. She replied to my comment, "He's lying. He's just embarrassed." I said, "No, don't believe him." She began deleting comments questioning her story, but it was too late. The narrative had slipped from her grasp. She'd lost control. This was the moment I'd been waiting for. The audience was ready. The stage was set. It was time for the big reveal. I went to my own Instagram, where I rarely posted, just a few photos of fishing trips and my dog. But this post would be the most significant of my life. I created a multi-image carousel. The first slide was a clear, unedited screenshot of my online order history, showing the item: Radiance Jewelry 2-carat cubic zirconia sterling silver engagement ring. It included the purchase date and the price, circled in red. $6.49. The second slide was a short video of me at my kitchen table. "Hi, everyone," I said, voice calm and warm. "I'm David. You may have seen a post from my now ex, Sarah. I just want to clarify a few things." I reached off-screen and placed the real diamond ring on the table. It sparkled brilliantly, far outshining the cheap zirconia. "I believe a proposal should test character, not bank accounts," I said. I wanted a woman who'd say yes to me, not a price tag, so I ran an experiment. The ring Sarah posted was a $6 prop, a test. This, I said, pointing to the diamond, was the real ring for the woman I thought she was, someone who'd love me for me. She failed the test spectacularly. She didn't just reject me, she used it to build a persona rooted in greed and materialism. The third slide was a photo of the receipt for the real diamond ring, with the price redacted. The jeweler's name, date, and ring description were clear. My caption was simple: "The truth is worth more than any jewel. I wish Sarah well in finding someone who meets her expectations." This ring is going back. My search for a woman of true value continues. I hit post and watched the internet take over. The response was explosive. My post went viral beyond my wildest expectations, shared across platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit. Gossip blogs that had praised her now ran new headlines. Influencer shamed after fiancé reveals fake ring was a character test. Woman who valued herself fails epically with fake ring. The internet turned on her with a vengeance that was both terrifying and, I admit, satisfying. Her post's comments became a flood of mockery. People posted my receipt alongside her ring photo. They compared my real ring to her fake one. Zirconia Zoe trended. She was no longer a hero. She was a punchline, a meme, a warning about greed. Her brand, built on my supposed failure, was dismantled in real time by countless strangers online. It was a digital reckoning, and I'd lit the fuse. Final update asterisk. 4 months have passed since what my friends call Ringgate. My life is back to peaceful simplicity. Sarah's life, however, is not. The 24 hours after my post were a nightmare for her. The online ridicule was unrelenting. Every post she made was flooded with comments about the $6 ring. Her follower count, which had soared during her brief fame, crashed. She lost thousands of followers hourly. She tried to fight back with a tearful Instagram story, calling me a manipulative monster who set her up. But the evidence was too strong, the receipts undeniable. Her video sparked more mockery and memes. By week's end, she couldn't handle it. She deleted her entire Instagram account, her online identity, the thing she valued most, gone. The real-world fallout was just as harsh. She had to move out of our apartment. I had my lawyer send a formal eviction notice. Her parents came to help her move, and I heard from a mutual friend they were mortified, not just by the public shame, but by the character their daughter had shown the world. Her friend group collapsed. Many were aspiring influencers, and they couldn't risk being tied to her toxic image. They quietly cut her off online and in person. She was left with the consequences of her shallow values. As for me, I did as promised. I returned the diamond ring. The jeweler was sympathetic. Getting the money back felt like closing a book. Oddly, my life has changed in unexpected ways. My story resonated with many. I received thousands of messages from people sharing their own experiences with materialistic partners, thanking me for standing up for love over money. I've even gone on dates with women who contacted me, drawn to my values. I'm not in a relationship yet. I'm taking my time, but I'm hopeful. I ran this test fearing heartbreak, afraid of wasting my life with someone who didn't love me. The test worked. It hurt, but it saved me from a lifetime of misery. Sarah said she knew her worth, but she was mistaken. She only knew her price, and in the end, it was $6.49. My revenge wasn't just about exposing a fraud. It was about making a point. Character outweighs carrots. Integrity is worth more than social media clout. And a man confident in his value doesn't need to prove it with a price tag. He just needs to speak the truth, even if it means torching someone else's superficial world.